So, Paige Bueckers, a really good basketball player. Someone who I genuinely believe has been set up so badly to fail. And I'm not even saying by freaking UConn fans, because you are going to hype up your own player. I have no issue with that. You're always going to do that if you're a fan of a player. As I always go back to, I'm a fan of Leeds United. You cannot convince me that Archie Gray, even though he no longer plays for us, is not the best young player in the world, not named Lamine Yamal. You can't convince me that. Am I wrong? Probably. You cannot convince me otherwise. Just like if you were an Iowa fan and you were asked who the freaking college GOAT is, every single person will say Caitlin Clark. Cannot be convinced otherwise. So if you're a fan of the team, you're always going to hype your own players. So those opinions, they are what they are. I'm not going to say UConn fans for overhyping Paige are setting up to fail. What I am saying is, it's a funny one because in a way she has less pressure than anyone, including Caitlin Clark, but in the way she has more pressure. But the positive thing for her is, like, in the actual media, there's no pressure. And a lot of people are saying, oh, everything is she was Caitlin before Caitlin, she's better than Caitlin, and all this stuff. That kind of stopped in the media. We didn't hear it that much in the media. Do you want to know why? Because Caitlin Clark put up better numbers in the WNBA than Paige did in college. That's just a fact. And not only that, Caitlin beat Paige last year, and let's also not forget, up until like a month ago, Paige Bueckers was seen to be having a down senior season based on her, based on what people expected from her. So that conversation has kind of stopped. But the Paige greater than Caitlin crew that aren't UConn fans, that aren't the media, if Paige, I don't think Paige is chronically online, but if Paige was chronically online, there's more pressure than ever. Because the whole social media landscape, like, it's one of the craziest things. Like, now Paige Bueckers has I'm not joking when I say this, she has got all the Caitlin Clark haters of the world putting all their eggs in the Paige Bueckers basket. They already lost with Angel. They already lost that one. There is, at this point in time, that's not saying in 5 years' time things couldn't change, but at this point in time, there was so much of a gap between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese that if you were arguing Angel Reese is better than Caitlin Clark right now, you're doing it in bad faith. And I stand by this. I think doing it with Paige right now is doing it in bad faith. And even with Juju, because I'm not going to lie, there's now people saying Juju shouldn't redshirt a year because Sarah Strong is actually going to be the number one pick over her. Like, how times can change from she's better than Caitlin Clark right now to, man, she needs to just go in the 2027 draft because, you know, Sarah Strong might be better than her. Like, how times change. But yeah, it is always a funny one because there is a whole bunch of people hating Caitlin that just not even hate Caitlin Clark, that just, it's not even hate their fans, hate Caitlin Clark's fans, because it's never about her. It's like, oh, we don't like our fans. It's not about her. It's like, no, you don't like Kate. It's not that they don't like Caitlin Clark, the person. It's not like they don't like Caitlin Clark, the player. It is literally, they do not like the fact that real basketball fans are fans of Caitlin Clark because I don't know, maybe a lot of the real basketball fans are not maybe weren't watching the WNBA before that and came in for Caitlin Clark, and they don't like that. They don't like the fact that, you know, it was Caitlin Clark that ruined their club. And that's the reality of it. It genuinely is the reality situation. Like, these people are anti Caitlin Clark because Caitlin Clark ruined the little club they had. It has nothing to do with anything else. Or Caitlin Clark technically invited people that they didn't want into the club. Through no fault of her own, but that's basically it. Like, we can be honest here. That is that's what they have a problem with. So there's always going to be, in their eyes, another player that they're going to hype up to crazy like highs just to go against Caitlin Clark. Because there's no, like, if you look, there's not one real basketball person. And I'm not talking about the Ethan Thomases of the world that I actually am so, I can't believe an actual NBA player, a former NBA player, has written some of the stuff that Ethan Thomas has written. But, like, actual people that want to talk ball and that's it. that are putting any pressure on Paige Bueckers, because if you know ball, you know what's going to happen this year is that Paige's numbers, whatever better efficiency, her numbers are going to be not very good, because Dejanay did not go to Dallas to not touch the ball. NaLyssa Smith, we've seen NaLyssa Smith play basketball. Like, I don't think NaLyssa Smith is a bad basketball player, but every time NaLyssa Smith takes a shot, you're like, what the hell is that? Sometimes it goes in. She is a very good tough shot maker, but like, she does not do taking easy shots well. She does not do any of the little things well. She does all the hard things well, none of the little things. Paige Bueckers is someone that's going to come in, and unlike Caitlin Clark, she is going to fit in rather than fit out. Caitlin Clark walks in day one, full court press Dejanay Carrington, blitz Dejanay and Alyssa Thomas. Chrissy Sides had no idea how to navigate a freaking double team. Like, how to run an offense around a player who got double teamed at half court. Paige Bueckers is going to walk in and is going to have the other team's second best perimeter defender guarding her. Is going to be helped off. Maybe not like left open, but they're going to choose to help off her to double a Rike if needed. And she's just going to be another player. She's going to be a good one. She's going to be a good one. She's going to have games where she shoots the absolute lights out because she is a sniper. She is going to get open shots this season because she's got a Rike's gravity. She's not the first option. She's just another player. She's just another player. And we saw how many open shots Satu got last year just from teams looking at Rike, overlooking at Rike. She's not going to get the amount of shots. She's going to average 12. If she plays the true one, she's not going to have that many assists either because Rike takes 17 dribbles before she shoots most of the time. They're not... In NaLyssa, it's hard to get into NaLyssa Smith. So she's going to average like maybe 12, 4 boards, 3 assists. A good rookie year. But like, are Dallas going to make the playoffs? Probably not. Probably not. So we're looking now at a situation where the reason why there's not that much pressure on Paige is because nobody's calling Paige the next GOAT of the WNBA. Let's be real, no one is. The only people that are applying the pressure on Paige are the Caitlin Clark haters on Twitter. Like that's the only people that are applying the pressure on Paige. Paige is just another player. A damn good one. And she would be the number 1 overall pick in a lot of years. I still think, had she gone in 2023, she would have been number 1 over Aaliyah Boston, even after the ACL. Oh, maybe not. She would have got number 2, even with the ACL tear, if she'd gone the first year. Last year, she probably goes 3, because I think Cameron Brink still has that upside. But overall, with all this, the reason why Paige Bueckers is not getting the gauntlet sent at her, the reason why is because she's just not Caitlin. We can be honest here. She's just not Caitlin. And the only people that are saying she's Caitlin are, the UConn fans, which of course they're going to do. And 2, the people that are looking to try find anyone to just beat Caitlin Clark. Anyone to overtake Caitlin Clark to say, oh, she's not that good. Just looking for anyone to do that. Those people are putting crazy pressure on Paige, but unless you're terminally online, you don't see those people. Because the media knows, like, every single team that played the Fever last year wanted to stop Caitlin Clark. That is a fact. She was the number 1 player on the scout report. Teams were so scared of Caitlin Clark last year that they were doubling her at half court. They were so scared that players were denying her while they still had 1 more free throw to shoot. They were so scared of her that she was being cheap shotted in games. They were so scared of her, and this is while before she was playing well, by the way. They were so scared of her that they were literally leaving open layups. Like, how many open layups did teams have? Because you can see the best example is the Natasha Cloud clip. Caitlin Clark is running down the floor. Natasha Cloud is running with Aaliyah Boston. Caitlin Clark, it's a 2-on-1, and she sprints to guard Caitlin Clark at the 3-point line and gives Aaliyah Boston an open layup. That's not going to happen with Paige, and everyone knows it, from the players, from the actual media that know basketball. Paige is going to be another really good player. Caitlin is being called freaking baby goat by teammates. Is in all the news what she's doing. Paige is just going to have a quietly good rookie year, and the only people that are putting any pressure on her are the people that just want to tear down CC. But people wonder as well why. Oh, why is there no? Oh, it's going to be a tough adjustment period. It's going to be this, going to be that. Because one, Paige isn't as good as Caitlin. People were expecting Caitlin to walk in as MVP. She was third. She was fourth favorite in voting for MVP before the season started. That Gina Auriemma stuff aged badly, but that was the expectation. The expectation was for her to come in and be the best point guard in the W, which she was. The expectation for Paige is just to be another player. That's why there's no reality is coming, because no one expects Paige to put up 20 points a game. And if that expectation was there, then yeah, reality's coming. She's not going to do it. But with lack of an expectation, with no expectation from these people, it's easier to just be like, happy for her. Because on a competitive level, every player in the WNBA had showed up against Caitlin Clark. They wanted to beat Caitlin Clark. They wanted to beat the Fever. Paige isn't good enough yet. And I said that about Angel last year. All the players in the W were all so pro Angel in everything until Angel started getting good. And then the trash talk happened. Then all the stuff happened. Then all the trash talk happened. Then all the players suddenly not just trying to belittle Caitlin Clark the whole time happened. And I'm telling you this right now, if Paige does play to a Caitlin Clark level, oh, you better believe the players in the media, there's going to be different levels of pressure put on her. And you better believe if Paige goes out there and turns into rookie Paige or freshman Paige from UConn, where she's hitting shots, trash talking, doing all this stuff, oh, you better believe the players are going to be equally as competitive with her. If that ends up happening, if she ends up being pushed, and if she ends up being like this. But until then, she's just another player. That's the expectation. It's probably who she's going to be. Anyway, I'll see you guys.